All right, welcome into another edition of Keeping Up with Oxford Athletics. We're here with Coach Bennett. And Coach, who do you have with you today?
We have our senior post player, Jaslyn Montgomery, known to us as Shay, and then our point guard, Bree Wilson.
Coach, we just watched you guys win the county tournament. Very exciting tournament. You guys played phenomenal, played out of your minds. Each game seemed like your competition got a little bit tougher, but so did the play of your girls. Can you talk about the overall effort, not only from these two young ladies, but your whole entire team?
Yeah, I think, county is one of those things we just get so excited about, so it does bring out the best in us. Calhoun County, we all know each other. I know the girls knew a lot of players on the other teams, so, it's kind of like the SEC slogan, it just means more. In county, it does mean a lot because there is so much bragging rights. There's been a ton of stuff on social media, pictures, articles, lots of, retweets or reposts or whatever. There's a lot of hype around it. But I think as far as, how they played, we were very locked in, and I attest a lot of that to these two. These are our two captains, and I think how they approached practice going into county was exceptional. They did a good job of leading their teammates and demanding more from their teammates. We kind of talked about the schedule because it was a tight schedule, 3 games, 4 days, and then we knew that the next one was going to be a big one too. So they really locked in and they made sure their teammates were too.
Both you young ladies played outstanding tournaments, but the one thing that stuck out for both of you guys, y'all are always smiling. Y'all are having fun out there. Can y'all talk about that? Each one of y'all guys speak on that.
Why I smile is because it helped me from being nervous. I feel like if you laugh it off, it's more fun, and when you have fun, you play better. Because I done learned that just being mad and being nervous, that's why you don't play good.
Absolutely.
So I just smile.
I'm happy with what I'm doing, so I try to keep a smile on my face.
Yeah, both you guys, the whole time was smiling. When you guys get out there in front of that crowd, like it's a different type crowd. Can you explain to other girls or people who probably don't get to play in a crowd like that, at an arena like that? That's a different feeling than a normal game. Can y'all speak on that?
That's what gives me hype. Yeah. I love having a big crowd.
I noticed you get some ones and get really loose. Yeah, absolutely.
I used to be nervous, but now I don't even look in the crowd. I don't realize how many people are there until after the game. I can probably hear my mama and daddy sitting right behind the bench, but besides that, I don't see nobody else but the floor.
Coach, when you see the effort these young ladies put out, like I believe the first game was like 75-10 or something, but they don't let off the throttle, and and when you guys go to your bench, it's the same. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, and I know to a lot of other people, seeing that score, it looked really bad, but I can tell you these two were dying to go back in the game. 10 minutes of that game, but their energy on the bench when that second string, when that third string went in, was really good. And again, that's a testament to them in practice. It's not just the first 5 that, needs to go hard and play well together. It's everybody. And I think when you can lean on that second string, that's when you're able to make deep runs. That's when you're able to be successful in tournaments because things are going to happen, whether it be illness, injury, foul trouble, whatever it is. Alexandria, we started really quickly and then kind of tapered off because we had some early foul trouble. So having others to come in and it be the same standard, it be the same flow, that's what allows you to be successful, especially in late January and February.
Now, you two guys, when let's talk about the championship game in Jacksonville, they come out fast, they come out physical, but you guys didn't get up, you didn't get down, you stayed the same. And it seemed like y'all guys kept ascending, and then they kind of tail it off. Talk about that a little bit, because you guys are the leaders. Y'all are the what spearheaded that. I agree, or I believe.
They did start off quick because I can't lie. I was like, whoa, like this might be like a little. So I realized that we had to really play. Well, not like that.
Well, it makes sense though.
Not like
it would take it serious though. I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Not like that, but yeah. I think we kept going up because we knew we had a point to prove to keep the cycle going and winning.
They was talking a lot going into the game, so
really
we had a
point to prove.
Yeah. That definitely motivates. I mean, there ain't no doubt about it. That's why you
Well, I
got to
can
talk to
say-
the coach. You gotta keep quiet. Coach.
Well, and we had a group text going, and I would like to compliment Bree right here because sometimes, especially early on, that talking is contagious. But she said in our team text like, "Hey, we're not doing that. We're gonna do our talking on the floor." So was really proud of her for saying that. I actually showed our other coaches that that's huge growth, and that's that leadership that we're talking about. You talk about them smiling. Shay is always like our little positive Polly. She's always grinning. Kid never has a bad day, and Bree is like our kind of get in your tail energy. And you've mentioned that, getting the and ones, clapping her hands, always going to her teammates and giving high fives on the floor. So. Our team picked right at the beginning of the year, picking these two as our captains.
Bree, do you feel like you've grown as a player? Because in the past, would you have probably snapped if you seen somebody talking trash like that?
Yes, sir.
But that's good, though.
Talking back.
Yeah. That's good, though, to keep level-headed, though, because that's, to me, that's, there's a quote, I don't want to butcher it, but anyways, basically it says something about, the level head wins the battle 100% of the time. Not too many highs and lows, which I thought throughout the tournament you guys just continued to play well. You had different battles, physical, athletic team in Jacksonville, and Alexandria's really coached well. They do what they do well. And Weaver, y'all just took off and stepped on the gas. So I was like, man, this is really coming together. I want to ask each one of you ladies, obviously, coming down the stretch, you want to get back there to Jacksonville. That's the ultimate goal, and then go even further than that. As leaders, what do you think it's going to take for that to happen?
We got to come in every day, wanting it. We can't come into practice playing, goofing off. We got to have that want and that dogginess.
Absolutely. I agree.
And everybody got to give that much more effort. Like, everybody got to want it. Because if everybody wanted it, I think we could go really far.
Coach, same thing. I echoed from your point of view, from the coaching standpoint. Your thoughts on that?
I think we're hitting it today. The coaches, we have our own group text, and as we were watching film, don't anybody go in my classroom. I have, notes right behind my desk. Every time I see something, those details, because I don't think at this point, you're not fixing major things. You're trying to tweak what you're doing well to take what you do well to make it great. And so, like Bree said, coming in and really locking in, because, it's not major things. It's correcting those small things and being super confident in those small things so that you can go out and play free and play, and play to have fun, because if you're overthinking, it's going to slow you down. You're not going to be having as much fun. So, kind of saying keep it simple. That's kind of what we're doing. We're trying to just make those small tweaks, those small corrections, just to be even more confident and being even more successful with what we do.
I think something that gets not mentioned enough about your team, and especially you two guys individually, is the amount of pressure y'all put on people defensively. Jacksonville would hit spurts, they'd hit a shot or two, but then they'd go a long time without hitting anything. And you were putting pressure on the ball, you and the other guards. And when they did get around the guards, you were there as an eraser in the middle. Even if you didn't get to it, it was altering the shots. Can y'all talk about that defensive pressure a little bit?
We used to play like a man, but we even kind of perfected the zone and realized that we're big and that we just put our arms up and work as a team, that it'd be hard for them to score.
Absolutely.
So we realized that.
At the beginning of the season, I wasn't really much of a scorer, so I was trying to get it on defense, and so I had to,
It's working. That press, coach, when y'all went to the press and got turnovers out of it, your defense, I've watched you as the season has progressed get better defensively. Each and every time I've come and seen you, you've gotten a little bit better. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, it's something that we work on, and I admit, as a coach, I'm a more defensive coach. They can tell you I think we practice defense more than we do offense, because I'm 100% believer that defense can turn to offense, and I think you get a lot of energy from your defense. So, we work on it a lot. We do a lot of breakdown stuff with it. We're doing that some today as well, but a lot of it is how they do in it, and we talk about that a good bit. Guys, it doesn't matter what X's and O's you run. If you don't run them hard, it's not going to work. It doesn't matter if you play a 1-2-2, a 2-2-1, man-to-man, whatever it may be. It's about your effort within it and playing, like Shay said, as a unit together. and working together. If we're trapping here, the other one's got to take this way, or they've got to rotate. And I think that has been our biggest improvement, is learning how to do it together.
Absolutely. Hey, Coach, what is it about these two young ladies that really stick out to you as a coach? They got to be fun to coach. I mean, your whole group is. I mean, I watch you guys. The word fun just keeps coming up, but these two young ladies in particular, that really stands out to you.
I think it's very different. Like I said, Shay is the super lighthearted, always has the grin on her face. Even if I'm fussing at him, it's like, come on, girls, we got this. And Bree's a little bit more of that hard nose, which honestly is more like me. We have the goofy side, but when it gets down to it, if a teammate or something is messing up in the game, she's more of that hard nosed leader. So they make a perfect balance for each other, kind of that yin and yang. Shay's your motivator, your softer voice, and then Bree is that get in your stuff, like, hey, we got to have you, let's go. And she's done that exceptionally. They have done that exceptionally well this season, and that makes it easier on a coach. When you have two good captains like this, it makes our job easier because we're not having to handle everything. Or like at JSU, it's hard to hear. So if we're on offense on the other end, they're doing that communication, they're doing that pumping up, or those little corrections that they can't hear me even if I needed to make them. So, your good teams, your playoff teams, they have leaders like this.
Absolutely. Ladies, you hear Coach talk about you in those terms. It's got to make you feel good. Can y'all talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it makes you feel good because it makes you realize that your motivation, like you encouraging your teammates, is not going unnoticed, and that it's helping, and that somebody see it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need that to say.
Well, she's more action than she is words.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, Coach, before we shut this video down, just any kind of final thoughts? I mean, you guys got it. To me, the playoffs has already began. You guys, that mindset, everything's turned. It's time to move forward. And the ultimate goal is to get to JSU first and then over into Birmingham. Can y'all talk about that?
Yes. So we all tell them that there's an interview in here and not to dress. Pop your head out here real quick.
Be quiet. We on the interview.
And don't change.
It don't change. Don't come in.
We're on the interview.
Don't. We're not real familiar with interviews. But yes, playoffs has already started. And that was something that we talked about. We had 4 games. That's what we were saying in practice. 4 games, 2 championships. County championship, area championship. That was our goal. 4 games, 2 championships. So, like Bree said earlier, we got to be locked in every day. They have been setting that example of being locked in.
Makes sense. Well, guys, we're going to shut this video down. Appreciate you guys sitting in with us. Congratulations on the county championship. But I know that one's great, but that's not the ultimate goal. Y'all got plenty more work and plenty more goals ahead of you. And looking forward to covering you guys throughout. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.